Hello and welcome to A Brit in Poland. For those people who are new to my channel, my name's Richard and I am a Brit in Poland. My channel is about promoting Poland, surprisingly enough, and telling you a bit about life here. So every video you see she'll show you a new place, teach you something new about the culture, or give you some new insight. Now this video, it's one I've been thinking about for a while, but I just decided to do it today. I have a few other videos on my thought process at the moment, but I thought, okay. And I wanted to talk about how I've kind of progressed, how I've, you could say, found myself. So this is like a story a little bit about self-discovery and how a lot of those pieces in my life came since I moved here to Warsaw and started embracing life here in Poland. So please stay tuned, some mild credits to get through, and then I'll go into the story.
Dzień dobry. Welcome to A Brit in Poland. This channel has a number of missions. The main one, to create a video for every place on this list. Though I could use your help. The help could be in a number of forms. You could like my video, you could subscribe to my channel, you could follow me on Facebook or Instagram, or you could donate to my Patronite account. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy the video.
So, I thought I'd start in Old Town because we're better to tell a bit of history about myself, having nothing to do with Old Town, but still. So, I'm from Oxford originally, and I grew up as a very kind of, you could say, introvert child. I would stay inside and read. I would play computer games. I was terrible at making friends, absolutely terrible with people. I could never really understand people, and they continue to frustrate me. And so my childhood was perhaps not your typical one. But as I kind of went into work, I made some good friends, started drinking, changed my life. Yeah, alcohol changed my life. Maybe the socializing that came with it. And I started to develop some, shall we say, basic people skills. And then I went to university. And in university, I joined the drama society. And, I would have 200-300 friends each year that were a member of the society, as well as people I lived with, people on my course, their friends, etc., etc. So you could say I started to come into my own there, but still very much coming from this kind of background of being an introvert. And then this kind of taught me to become an extrovert of sorts, but very gradually. And doing drama and being on the stage, of course, always helps with confidence. But still had work to do. Eventually, I moved back to Oxford after, let's say, being a bit unsuccessful after university with career, and Cardiff not being the best city in the world for career options. And I kind of reverted, went back with the folks. But then I found, you could say, my first proper job. Had a couple of, let's say, less than ideal relationships. But I was still evolving, although a bit slowly. But then I had to move to Poland, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So this takes me to my life in Poland itself. This video isn't to tell you about how I got here. There's another perfectly good video for that, maybe a couple. But how Poland has helped to give me a lot more confidence, to shape me, to give me the experiences that have really helped me grow, and I'd say to become a much better person. So it all started with work. That was the reason I came here to begin with, So I had a team of about 40 odd people. And you got a slight confidence boost then, because in the company there was one other English guy, but they always wanted me to be doing special meetings to talk about England, you know, cross-cultural exchange things. Lots of people were coming up to me and asking me questions about what I thought of Poland, you know, where I was from, that kind of thing, my background. And I don't know, it maybe hyperinflated my ego slightly, which is maybe something I needed, because it kind of made me feel different, but in a special way. And then with my team of people, I was put into, you could say, quite a position of authority. You know, I wasn't exactly a manager, but I was looking after a lot of people. I was, like, you know, responsible for their development. And I don't know, being given this responsibility was something that, again, you know, it made me kind of appreciate myself more, made me realize that I was capable of more. And the people I worked with were fantastic, you know. Okay, so at the very beginning they thought I was some kind of spy, I was going to get them fired, you know, they didn't really trust me. But once I got to know their trust, like, I really bonded with this group. And sadly I don't keep in contact with all of them now. I do miss drinking with them, because they were absolutely amazing to know. And I still hope to kind of encounter them on occasion. I still have a few amongst my close friends here. But yeah, these people, again, they made me feel so welcome. And, you know, this in turn kind of gave me a bit of motivation to give something back, because they helped me so much. And so I was doing everything I could to help them. And again, it's that sense of belonging. And I think for me, one thing I've learned recently is I always feel more comfortable with a large group to support me, and for me to kind of support them. But anyway, so work gave me that confidence. Eventually I had to leave that team, which was a bit of a blow for me. But it forced my career to take new directions, which again was good for me. It forced me to really grow, to learn new skills, and to take things forward. And even now I'm in a new job and focusing on new career paths. So again, when you start to earn more money, you feel more appreciated in, like, an industry. It's again something that, you know, really helps you to feel appreciated and find your place. But then also, you know, living abroad and the challenges it brings, it helps to mold you. You know, it makes you a stronger person. You know, learning Polish, having to do paperwork, having to find your way around, how to figure out everything, makes you a bit smarter, makes you feel a bit more worldly, makes you feel a bit more, like, accomplished that you survived this far and you fed yourself each day. Okay, maybe I exaggerate. But also, you know, some of the relationships I've had here in Poland have certainly changed me in some big ways. Like, the first big relationship I had here, it was, you could say, a blessing in disguise. It was something that was absolutely amazing at the time, soul-destroying when it ended, and it kind of crushed me to a point where I had to, like, reinvent my character a little bit, rebuild myself, but like a kind of phoenix from the ashes. And, you know, I started focusing a lot more on all the things that matter. And then other relationships would grow me in other ways. One relationship really helped me to discover travel and to really give me the motivation to explore Poland, but also gave me a lot of motivation to continue with this channel, and not only continue with it, but to develop it in much better ways. And then another relationship taught me some perseverance. No, they all did that. But I don't know, made me feel more in touch with kind of local Poland, got me more into board games, you know, introduced me to new people. But I think in each way, every relationship I've had every long-term relationship I've had has done something to grow my character and to make me realize things I need to work on. And yeah, now my latest position, I'm involved in this organization, Warsaw Global. They're like a multinational hangout group. So we have people from all over the world. And I'm like, you could say, a co-organizer in that. And this is something that, again, it's allowing me to give back, helping to organize these events, take people on hikes, on trips, um, to museums, restaurants, bars, whatever we decide to do, or to do sport. I don't know, just having that community and being able to help with that community, it's a big thing for me. And, you know, it's making me, again, more patient, but it's giving me some wonderful contacts and some wonderful skills. And it's making me feel a lot more comfortable again, that I've got like a decent place and decent people around me. So one thing I can say about moving to Poland is, certainly for a Brit, there's a lot of opportunity here. You know, I've enrolled with a language school, and I'm teaching English part-time in addition to my other work. You know, doing a YouTube channel like this, I don't think I would have had the idea in England. Living alone, again, it gives you a lot of time to think, a lot of time to reflect, and allows you to focus. But yeah, next, we're going to talk about how my development will hopefully go in the future. Now, you may ask, does much of what I had to say, other than opportunity, have much to do with Poland itself? And the answer is yes, it does. I've been very much inspired by the people I've met here, by the way of life, by the way that people think. You know, people are very open-minded in this country. They're very down to earth. You know, they're kind of no nonsense. They have an amazing sense of humor. And these are traits that I always respected, but struggled with finding in the UK, except amongst, you know, certain good friends. And I think living here has just made me feel better about myself, because I feel that my values and my thoughts are more aligned with the people here in Poland. You know, some people may say it's a bit more traditionalist, some people may say it's a bit old-fashioned or whatever, but I personally think it's common sense. And I think the people of Poland are a wonderful example of how life can be without making things too complicated, without worrying about every little kind of politically correct thing. You know, to have a kind of sensible approach to life, and having my kind of way of thinking reinforced also makes me feel better about myself. It makes me feel less of an outcast and more like I belong. And I think this is always something that is important when you're developing, to have the right environment. You know, if you're a plant, you have to have the right kind of compost, the right kind of nutrients. And for me, the people of Poland have given me that. And this takes me to the future. So even though you could say I've come a long way in life, things are never complete, are there? There's always another project. There's always another step. And for me, I still have a lot of self-development to do. Primary focus is right now in my life, physical fitness. This is very important to me. Lose a few more calories, get a bit fitter. When I go up those mountains, feel like I'm not going to die and collapse is always a good start. Thinking a little bit further, I want to develop my career, and I'm still deciding which way to take it. I'm currently like a project manager in IT, but I don't know. I'm looking at other avenues. I'm considering things like teaching English. I'm considering maybe some completely crazy schemes, or maybe I'm just going to continue to do everything in parallel. But also, when I think of the future, obviously I want to get my citizenship here in Poland. That's dependent on me learning Polish, which is going to take some time, but I'm persevering, gradually getting better, bit by bit. But if I had to ask myself, like, what I want most from the future, I think it's the same that probably 99% of us want, and that's to have a family, you know. Approaching the age of 40 now, it's not quite too late, but ultimately, what do I want to do? I want to meet someone special and still have children, buy a flat, all of the, let's say, normal things in life. And Poland, I think, is a great place to do that. You know, I think I've commented in several videos that the women you find in Poland tend to be a bit more straightforward than in the UK, you could say, better communicators, fewer games being played, but also just more honest, and they look after themselves. They're very intelligent. You know, a lot of the ones I've met are truly amazing, amazing people. So I hope that. And of course, I still want to continue with the channel, still want to develop things that way, explore as much of Poland as I humanly can in my lifetime. So we shall see. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this has given you a bit of insight into how Poland as a country can be a great place, or even just moving away from comforts of home can force you to grow in interesting ways. I've been a Brit in Poland. Feel free to check out the rest of my videos, or subscribe, or like, or whatever you feel like it. Thank you very much for watching. Do widzenia.